The smartest online fitness coaches that I know are cloning themselves using AI. And the reason they're doing it is so that they can scale themselves. It's one of the hardest things that an online coach can do. However, this is a system you can either set up in your business or you can sell to fitness coaches who want to clone themselves and scale beyond their current means. Now, the way that we're doing it is we're setting up a coaching brain. Now, this is specifically for their coaching methodology. One thing that I found with working with multiple online fitness coaches is that they have their unique ways of doing things. Yes, the principles of fitness are very similar. However, their specific unique method is what drives results in their clients. If you can capture that and replicate it, that is super valuable to an online fitness coach. So today, we're going to be setting up a coaching brain. I'm going to show you the exact questions to ask in order to get that brain set up in a way that makes them feel like they have just downloaded everything, and how you can then use that brain in day-to-day operations for that coach and help them scale. So let's get started. This template is available in my school group. If you want to get it and jump in and follow along, you can do that now. However, I'm just going to walk through how it works conceptually because it's super simple just to copy this template. You're going to need a couple of different things. You're going to need this coaching methodology form. It's going to compile that information, and then it's going to store that information in Quadrant. Now, Quadrant is a vector database. In long and short of it, it's just a place to store information that can easily be retrieved when we want to use our agent to pull information and ask it questions. Now, instead of just having this in a Google Doc or in searching like a database, a Notion database or whatever, I've chosen Quadrant. It's a lot faster and it's really easy to set up. So with that in mind, I've got the Quadrant set up on the left-hand side. If you want to do that first, pause now and then just jump back in, because I really want to talk about the outcome. Because these AI agents, if you're not focused on the outcome they produce, then you're never going to be able to sell it, or in your own business, it's not actually going to benefit you at all. Because the biggest thing that I see coaches and business owners getting stuck in is the tools. So this isn't about the tool. This is about what it provides. So let's get started. And if I click on execute workflow here, it's going to bring up a form. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to use the test information that I put in. So, all right. So it already ran, but I'm going to show you the actual form itself. So give me 1 second. We'll just open this up. Let's pull in, bear with me. My computer's a little bit slow, but I wanted to show you what this outcome, what these questions are. It's basically this. Let me just have a look here. Cool. I'm asking these questions. So when you click that execute workflow step, it'll open up these in a N8N form, and it asks you to fill out all this information. So we've got assessment onboarding, we've got goal setting and program design, we've got calculation frameworks, we've got practical implementation, we've got program structure, progression systems, we've got common limitations, we've got medical considerations, everything that you need to know about coaching in one place. And everything that you approach specifically for things like how do you onboard clients, how do you get people winning, how do you process their intake, all of that is covered in this. Your specific protocols, how do you deadlift, how do you cue Smith machine squats, how do you do all those things? That is captured in this. So what I've done to save us some time I've filled out this information with my friend Claude to give us some really in-depth information about an example coach, right? So this gives us all this information, and this is what you would end up at the end of the day if you filled out this form, is all this information about your coaching, literally downloading your brain into the computer. So we've got that and we have run that. So what it does is it takes that information, compiles it, and puts it into this Quadrant vector store. Now, we've stored that information, and in theory, if we click on open chat here, we can now start discussing our questions that we have for it. So let's jump in and say, what do you know about Coach Sarah? If we take a look here, it's going to take a second to go through the information. Coach Sarah is a fitness coach with a comprehensive approach to training. Blah, 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 blah. Evidence-based practices, ensuring her clients achieve fitness goals, blah, 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 blah. So now we want to give it a real life scenario. we have a client, Mary. She's 50 and wants to drop, let's say 10 pounds. She also wants to learn how to deadlift. How should we approach this? It's going to run through the automation. It's going to output the information to this chat in just a matter of moments. So whilst this is running, I want to talk about how you would approach implementing this into a business, but it's already gone through. So let's take a look. To help Mary achieve her goals of losing 10 pounds and learning how to deadlift, here's what we've got. So a weight loss approach for a 50-year-old. Use the Mifflin St. Jaw equation to estimate her BMR. It goes through the entire process of coaching this person. So beginner deadlift progression, initial focus, progression plan, training structure, warm up and cool down, implementation tips, consistency, progress tracking, adjustments. By following this structured approach, Mary can move towards her weight loss goal. Let's say Mary is 100 pounds. Not 100 pounds. Mary is 175 pounds. How should her first 4 weeks of macro goals look? And what it'll do, it'll calculate what is the best macro split for Mary within the first 4 weeks. So let's take a look when it gives us the response, and then I'll go through how to implement this into a business. So first it calculates TDEE, which is good. Then it's going to tell us protein is going to be 35 to 40% of total calories, fats, etc. So it gives us the full breakdown of how it should look, and it gives you the exact numbers, what we need. So 572 calories from protein, 429 from calories from fat, and 429 calories from carbohydrates. So let's talk about implementing this into a business. So obviously there are ways that you can build this into onboarding. There's ways you can build this into a Slack channel. There is a multitude of different ways to do this. I see this being super successful when a coach has a team and they can give this to them in order to bring them up to speed on how to coach someone in the way that the coach originally coached them, right? So you will have your process, and this chat message would likely be inside a Slack. So you have Slack message received in a certain channel, and then your output goes back into that Slack message. That way, any virtual assistant with the supervision of the coach can start to make decisions as if they were the coach. Now, the reason why this is so scalable is because the biggest limitation that I found with online coaches is they get to probably about 150 to 200 clients when they just simply cannot do anymore. They get completely stuck. And if they don't just want to become a template coach and just distribute the same PDF to everyone, they need to look for ways that they can replicate their knowledge and do that in a way that they can do that to people who, you can utilize cheaper labor. Maybe it's a virtual assistant, etc., or just a junior employee, and without having to hire another coach at the equal caliber as them. This is the way that they can do it. If you can plug this into where the coach currently talks to their team, where they conversate, where they have their discussion, this is literally 24-hour access to that coach. Now, you could technically connect this to the clients as well. If you wanted to offer Matt Lamborn AI, where the coach can essentially take a step back and the clients can ask questions to the AI. However, I've found that this is a little bit diminished value from a client perspective, and it kind of makes it feel a little bit gross. Now, the reason that is most of the time these coaches have built a personal brand, and the personal brand and the unique methodology of that person, the clients want to hear that from them. So the reason why I would keep this back of house, not client facing, is that specific reason. They want to keep the image. They want to keep the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. They don't want to just feel like they're a number that's been processed through AI. That's why giving this to the team, giving this to the coach is super crucial to maintain that really authentic approach. Now, this workflow, as I said, you can download this in my school group. However, I want to give you this. I want to give you this, what's it called? Context builder that I've got here on Notion. It also goes through how to build a personal context database. So your basic information, your goals, your thinking style, and your preferences, and then also like a life optimizer. Filling in this information will allow you to build out a version of yourself into even just ChatGPT and Claude. You can paste that in the knowledge section. It will help you with your coaching. It will help you with building out your business, etc. I really want to give that to you. So I'm just going to set up a free resource where you can download that because I think it's super important. I hope you guys found this really valuable. If you want to see more like this, just leave me a comment of questions that you have. I respond to every single one of them, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.